Hi, and welcome to Hit the Bar, the fans panel for Morecambe FC. Tonight I'm joined by Freddie, first timer on the panel. Hey Freddie.
Hiya.
And Joe, who was on last week, and Tanya, I think that's your third time, isn't it, this week?
Hat trick for me now, Glenn.
Nice to see you back again. I think we'll start with the Stockport game. I thought it was a great point in the circumstances and in the conditions. How did you see it, Freddie?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good performance, like you said. I think the big thing for me was how that changed from the Wrexham game. Because against Wrexham, I thought, we sort of didn't give ourselves much of a chance by being 4-on-3 all the time. Whereas against Stockport, we sort of sat behind the ball and we're a lot more sort of pragmatic. So I was quite happy with how Jed just changed and adapted his style. So I was very impressed with that. Yeah.
And he did change the style a little bit, didn't he? I think we've not played Derek ball for a season and a half, but that was very much Derek ball, wasn't it, Joe, on Saturday?
I think got to the point where he had to hoof it just to try and get it somewhere. I think Al Smith kicked it once from his front goal kick and it come back at him. That's all he could have done. So,
were you impressed though with the display?
Yeah, given circumstance, conditions, the weather, they set up well, they defended well, they sat a lot deeper in the second half because Wynn was against them, but yeah, got the ball down, passed it, played it. I thought they played decent football given the conditions and the weather.
Yeah.
Tanya, were you impressed by the way we managed the game? I thought that was quite decent against what was clearly a very, very good Stockport side.
Yeah, I think Jed did an excellent job playing. He got the tactics right for the team that we were playing, which to do well in a league like this, you have to change your style depending on who you're playing. I thought they played excellently. The fact that they were still running at the pace they were at 90 minutes just shows that this young team have got that fight. They want to keep doing well. And that's what makes it, as a fan, really enjoyable to watch. That even they were sodden, they were freezing, but they were still giving it everything they had. And it was probably not the best technical performance we'll ever see, technical football match, but for the weather conditions, it was exciting. It was a good watch, I thought.
Yeah, I don't think, Freddie, either side mastered the conditions better than the other. They were affecting both teams, weren't they? There was no difference in that. They mastered the conditions better than we did. Do you think?
No, I think they adapted to the conditions well. I think it wasn't particularly a good idea to keep hoofing it to Mellon in the wind. But no, on the whole, I think it was a good performance, and like Tanya said, we left everything on the pitch.
Yeah, right to the end as well, Joe. I mean, the temptation might have been, even at 1-1, to just hold what we've got, but we didn't do that, did we?
Oh, he kept going. I was a bit disappointed that they conceded, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, because I was late on, was it 86 minutes, something like that?
Yeah, because they had a lot of possession, didn't they? But not that many chances.
We had 2 break shots at first, so we just sipped off the surface, tested their keeper once or twice, and could have gone. To be fair, could have gone either way.
Yeah.
But I think Morecambe should have held out.
Do you think it was a fairly even game, Tanya? I mean, the possession stats would say otherwise, but in terms of real chances.
Yeah, I think we had the better chances. I think they hit the ball once, didn't they? Which, but I think it was one of those games going into it. You thought if we can get a draw, that's a bloody good result. But the way we played, you almost felt robbed with a draw, and we felt that we deserved a win. And I can't remember who got man of the match. It might have been Michael Mellon, but I think Tatonda and Mayer linked up so well
really
during
well, didn't
that
they,
game.
on that side?
And Tatonda had just a fantastic all-round game, and it was nice to see that partnership paying off in that way.
Yeah, I think they give it to Eli King.
Eli King, it was,
He had a decent game, but I'm with you. I like that link up on the left-hand side. So we've come off the back of Wrexham. We've had a good win at Wycombe, and I think a really good draw at home to Stockport. Does that give you confidence going into Saturday's game at Doncaster?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think now Jed's come up relax a little bit. You could tell in that Newport game we're a bit tetchy, a bit sort of, especially that second half, a bit sort of didn't know what to do. I think these last 2 results will really help his confidence, and also the players sort of see that he can do the job, which is I'm sure he can do. To be fair, he's shown that in the last 2 years.
So that he's been very human, hasn't he, for a manager that sort of managers tend to sort of talk in vague terms, but Joe, you can tell with every interview, Jed is feeling all this really passionately and personally, isn't he?
Yeah, I think that comes from like a coach perspective of him. Instead of the manager, it's, he's there with the players day in, day out. He knows these lads. He's been with them for a couple of months now, playing his style of football. He won't take any excuses off them. He expects the very basics and he knows what they can do. I think we've seen what they're capable of doing with such a young team, and I reckon they could really, really have a good push for that promotion spot there in playoffs.
Good shout.
Have a good go at it.
Specifically looking to Doncaster game, Tanya, do you think he'll adapt the same kind of approach as he did against Stockport, or will he maybe risk it a bit more?
I think he'll be less defensive. I think that's fair in the position that Doncaster are. I think it would be really important at this point in the season to get that string of results. I think, that big string of good results we had at the beginning of the season, that Barrow kind of just knocked it, and then Derek leaving. It'd be really nice if he could win 2-3 on the bounce, or get points from 2-3 on the bounce, I should say. And I hope we do that at Doncaster, and be able to play a bit more of that attacking football that these young lads are really good at. I think one thing I'd like to see is, and I love JJ McKeenan as a player, I just wish he'd stay on his feet a bit more. Like Wickham, I think he spent more time on the floor than he did, and I get it because he's fast and that he's taking knocks. But I think sometimes it loses the impetus of us going forward. The fact that he's gone down.
Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? Because he did in the Stockport game, and I thought it was a foul, doing it in the first half. I think because he moves his feet so quickly as he's going at pace, it does only take a little knock, doesn't it, for him to go down.
Yeah, but then it's that recovery, isn't it? He's gone down, but get back up so we can keep that attack going. Against Stockport, the way we set up, we didn't have that many attacking moves, and when we do get that, we need everybody going forward.
And he showed he can do that. I mean, it's a fantastic performance, wasn't it?
It's nice to sit here and say, look, they're attacking instead of just saying defending. We should be doing more attacking. We want more of it.
Oh yeah, and the
it's nice to say that, isn't it?
I mean, the pace on the wingers are just brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah,
it's fun to watch. It sounds like the galloping. Where I stand in the terrace, it sounds like galloping. Going that fast, you can hear it. It's exciting.
Good stuff.
It gets you into the match when it's like that.
Yeah. Well, so you sit in the main stand area, do you?
No, stand in the terrace.
When
they're coming down, whichever way you look at it, the left. It's exciting.
Yeah. Well, talking about the main stand, there was somebody spotted in the main stand at the Stockport game, Saab Jot, who's been on the periphery and on the scene for quite a while, and then reappears again straight after the board put the announcement out about wanting a quick resolution to the sale of the club. Does that concern you at all, anything like that?
Yeah, I think it does. I thought that was the end of him, to be honest, after when he, I think was it Bolton, he tried
Wigan, he turned up at Wigan, didn't he?
Yeah, Wigan.
He might just like pies though,
He's from Birmingham, to be honest. Or Curry's. No, I'm concerned because it's been going on for a while, and surely at this point that deal would have gone through. And it just seems to be dragging. And the stuff on Twitter speaks for itself from Martin Callaghan about those issues with his sort of legitimacy. But we'll see.
I think we want to see a bit more reassurance about if the funds are there to buy and to sustain the club. I think we're just looking for a bit more transparency, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we just need somebody to come in that wants to again push the club forward. Again, he's been there. He's all got the shares in. Nothing's progressed. It's all gone quiet with him. Like I said last week, he just needs that person to come in that wants to really push Morecambe forward, going. Give them the proper good future instead of the ifs and buts.
And just something that's clearer, and that we have more confidence in being a sort of a legitimate and sustainable ownership.
Yeah, I think the really good thing is that we do have a good board, and I think if we were all sitting here not having seen Saab Jot in the boardroom, we'd probably be sat here going, that statement from the board was absolutely fantastic. It was really good timing. It called Jason out for what it is. I think we've got to be pragmatic about seeing Southjot up there, because at the end of the day, he does own part of the club, and if he wants to come for a pie, he can come for a pie, can't he?
Yeah, shareholders with that amount of investment in.
The timing of it, maybe the board putting that statement out naffed Jason off a bit, so he got on the phone and said, Southjot, show your face again. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but I think the overriding thing from me is we trust the board. Let's keep the impetus of what their statement did.
Yeah.
And there's been some really impressive fan protests this week from Reading. I think there needs to be a shout out for Reading.
Do you want to just tell us a bit about that? Because that's not something I'd heard about.
Yeah, so they sent down a big electronic board to the Parliament. They've been doing all sorts of things, tennis balls on the pitch, and they paid for this big screen saying football has an ownership problem. But the really respectful thing that Reading did, they didn't just put their club crest on it. They included other clubs like West Brom, and they put Morecambe's crest on there. And I think it's really admirable that they're not just showing their plight; they're showing other clubs like ours plight. And it's perhaps when on Twitter we're talking about protesting, what can we do? Maybe learning off, maybe what other people are doing, and can we
working together?
Can we work together? Can we jump on the back of that? Can we work with them and support their cause?
So I see what sees any club go under.
Yeah.
Like, and have that Bury situation again.
Yeah. And I mean, you don't want to see your club associated with national publicity for having ownership issues. But sometimes it might just take something like that kind of exposure to get something done about it, to get some genuine, serious interest from somebody who can come forward as a a good, credible, long-term, with resource owner.
I think it's not just about solving our problem. Obviously, we feel passionate about Morecambe and the issues we've got, but the league, the 92, have got issues and it needs dealing with. Otherwise, the Jason situation is going to happen over and over again. And it just shows that Southjot is in line to buy the club. Somebody as undesirable can just buy the club off an undesirable, and it just doesn't make sense to keep perpetuating.
Unless we see something more, resolute and tangible that we can all get behind. And we've not seen that yet. To be fair, have we?
I mean, I do find it quite surprising because I think we made profits 2 years in a row, and for a football club to be doing that doesn't happen very often at our level. So I think, that. Surprised that it's taken this long with that in mind, that we are
to attract somebody
quite a sustainable club with a very good board of directors.
And at our level, a good fan base.
Season ticket sales works incredibly well for the club.
Just keep playing that Euro Millions like I do on a Friday. It'll play off one day.
Are you straight back in there? Are you in there? If you win it, you're in there.
If you win 50 million, I didn't have it before. Let's go Champions League.
Let's go Champions League.
Run it off the interest. Right, let's get back onto on-field things. Let's just a quickie, go around the table. Player of the season so far, and why?
Yeah, I'm going to say Senior. Started off, people were a bit concerned in pre-season. I think his record at Carlisle wasn't great, but he's just been great on that, as a full-back. He's up and down. He's always where you want him to be, and he's doing both jobs basically. He's not just defending; he's going forwards. He's been a regular, as many of the players have, to be fair, this season, in terms of just
consistency
where we need him to be, and it's across the board really. I could have named about 6.
But you've gone for Senior. Joe, who's yours?
For me, I would go Eli King.
Right.
Yeah, his side. Agree with that. Yeah, I agree. But no, Eli. He brings something different to that midfield. He can pass the ball, he can tackle, he can track forward, he can track back. I think for a young player, he's got massive, massive potential. And I think he's the difference this year. I think if he was there last year, or a player of his sort of style and calibre, it could have been a massive difference. But I think he's class all round.
Okay.
Week in, week out, he's class.
Tanya, who you go for?
Yeah, I was going to say Eli King as well. When he plays, I think the team looks different. I think it looks more composed. I think he can create. He tracks back. It's almost like I really enjoyed watching Jensen Wheel last year. He just had that presence in the midfield. When he was on the ball, you felt like something could happen. So I really hope he stays fit. I hope we can, keep him fit and he plays a lot of minutes, because I think we look better with him on the pitch.
Yeah.
I think you picked the two that I would have gone for, one or the other.
Yeah.
I think I would slightly edge to King because of the impact he's had on the whole team. Joel's performances have been really consistent, and I've liked watching him play. But I think we missed King when he wasn't there, and I think that made it more obvious what influence he has on the team. Also, a shout for Stuart Moore as well. Real gutted that he got injured, because I felt like the two previous keepers we've had in Trevor Carson, who I thought was excellent, and Connor Ripley.
Oh yeah.
I thought he really dictated play. He dominated the box, got the defenders playing a bit further up. I have to say though, Adam Smith has hardly put a foot or a hand wrong in the last couple of games. I did criticise him a little bit earlier on, but I think he's really sort of stood up as well now.
So I like Stuart Moore. I thought he was getting better and better as it was. Seems to be going on. He was getting better and better, and the confidence was coming. He was getting more and more quality about him. Got his injury. Smith's come in. I think he's not played proper for a long time.
But it's difficult, isn't it? We've got a lot of players this year who've really shown up. Let's hope that they carry on doing that. We'll have another one in the run up to Christmas, and then we'll wish you all a Merry Christmas, I think. Let's hope we can give Doncaster a doing with more attacking football on Saturday. Join us again next time. Thanks very much.